The end of wisdom is freedom. The end of culture is perfection. The end of knowledge is love. The end of education is character.
What a scene it was! A women ensemble of traditional Nadaswaram, a marching brass band, sonorous Veda chanting, grateful hearts, excited alumni. Yes, they celebrate the pioneering educational mission of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba.
This story begins more than 50 years ago when Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba visited the girls' high school at Anantapur in 1966. The plight of the girls who had to travel long distances for higher education moved the compassionate one deeply. He believed that women had great responsibility in raising future generations of noble citizens. Therefore, women had to be educated well and endowed with wisdom, fortitude, and faith to equip them for this great task.
Anantapur became the focal point of the educational revolution. On July 22, 1968, the Sri Sathya Sai Arts and Science College for Women was inaugurated with Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba as the founder president. A destiny launched on the prayers of thousands. On that day, Baba declared,
I have allowed this college to rise because it will instill in the minds of the students the ancient ideals of Satya, Dharma, Shanti, and Prema, ideals that are delineated in the Vedas, described in Shastras, illustrated in the epics, practiced by countless generations of the men and women of this land, and confirmed as best suited for individual and social progress by its saints and sages, lawgivers and leaders for centuries.
Professor J. Hemalata, who served as the principal of the campus for more than 3 decades, says,
The question comes, why did Bhagwan start the women's college first? It is not accidental. Bhagwan says, it is the mother's responsibility to teach the child the values of our eternal dharma and mold the future generations into responsible citizens. Not by merely teaching, but setting herself as an example. Swami, the Divine Mother, wanted to transform girls' education and through that make her an ideal daughter, a responsible wife, and a successful mother.
On July 8, 1971, the maiden campus was inaugurated by the then President of India, His Excellency Sri V.V. Giri, and his wife, Srimati Saraswati Giri. The mission was growing, a sprawling campus, more courses, more students. 10 years later, in 1981, the Anantapur College, along with College for Men in Brindavan and Puttaparthi, were integrated into the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, a deemed to be university recognized by the Government of India. About 80 kilometers north of Puttaparthi, spread over 88 acres, Anantapur is the largest of the 4 campuses of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. With tranquil and sublime surroundings, the residents of the campus intuitively understand that it is a temple of learning. The curriculum at the university creates an authentic educational experience that provides myriad opportunities to grow.
A new chapter was being written in the history of education. Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba designed the system of Sri Sathya Sai values-based integral education, and the first messengers of this Renaissance movement were the graduates of the Anantapur campus, aimed at preparing all graduates to be spiritually aware, socially responsible, and professionally sound.
The seed that was planted 50 years ago has now grown into a mighty tree with numerous branches. The early days saw Bhagwan Baba's direct guidance and loving care, and his mission continues through the tireless efforts of those he trained. The highly distinguished faculty, many of whom are alumni, have myriad memories of the divine touch in their lives. The current director, Professor Rajeshwari Patel, recalls her entry into the campus 46 years ago.
One of my earliest memories of Bhagwan when I was a student is of how he received my sister and myself when we came here on 1st of July 1972. Bhagwan kept his divine promise to us that he would be there at Anantapur when we arrived from Gujarat, and true to his word, he was 1 hour ahead of us at the campus, and when we entered the marble floor, he was there to receive us. And I just remember that scene because, especially because he was the only person in the whole gathering there that we knew at all. And so we just rushed to Bhagwan, fell at his feet and just sobbed because we were feeling very much out of place, but he assured us that he will take care of everything.
The precious interactions and the valuable injunctions from our divine founder chancellor lead us on today. Here is an insightful recollection from Dr. Rani PL, an alumnus and currently the head of the Department of English.
This was year 1999. Bhagwan had not visited the campus for quite some time. So we were thinking of the most radical of steps to get Bhagwan's attention and grace. So a few teachers thought of the idea of undertaking a Padayatra to Puttaparthi. We thought we could walk all the way to Parthi, which would melt Bhagwan's heart, and then he would grant us the prayer that we have of Bhagwan visiting the campus. A via media solution was found. We would walk the last 15 kilometers. We walked, arrived at Puttaparthi when the morning bhajans were going on. When the bhajan was over and Bhagwan was walking back to his residence, one of the senior teachers told Bhagwan, "Swami, memandaru nadichukoni vachamo." Bhagwan, we all came walking. And then there came Bhagwan's most profound response. He said, "Nadichukoni ravakkarledu bangaru, Swami baatalo nadiste chalu." There is no need for you to come walking to Puttaparthi. If you walk on the path that Swami has shown, that should be enough.
Dearest Bhagwan, our deepest gratitude for your boon of educare, our earnest prayers to bless us to walk always in your footsteps.
Pure love is his form, eternal truth is his name. Pure love is his form, eternal truth is his name. He is my Lord's side. He's the only one I need to know. He is my